It's a people, it's a community, it's a life, it's a heart, it's a spirit.
Parents of gay children say, I want my son, my gay son, to have the same opportunity to come to me and say, hey, Dad, I'm getting married, as my non-gay son or my non-gay daughter.
The heck would you want a picture of a tattoo of $1,000 on your penis for?
You might just need to satisfy yourself sexually alone at that point.
Do I regret it? Not one bit. Did I think that I would actually take it the next step and do it again?
And what goes into their life, how they handle it. There are 12 houses, and each one of those houses has a particular function.
Look into yourself, think about it, and just be whoever it is that speaks to you.
Hello and welcome to a special internet edition of Talking About. I am one of your hosts, John Griffith, and
I'm JC Alvarez, and we're very happy you can join us.
And tonight's, well, this podcast was really by request. A lot of folks have been just discovering the show through the internet.
Very good.
And I've gotten a couple of emails asking, like, who the heck are you guys?
Yeah, it's kind of curious because we really haven't introduced ourselves to our audience, so it's kind of like it's a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and yeah, I've been doing the show for quite a while. 170 some odd shows.
Not years.
It's getting close. It feels like it sometimes. And you joined us within.
And I just joined you guys recently, so it's like it's my newbie.
So,
yeah.
And I think the thing about doing the show is, when I started it too long ago, it's just a great way to learn about a lot of different new things and meet some interesting people and share that with the audience.
Well, absolutely, and I think that there's always a forum and there's always an avenue because people do want to be connected to the community in some kind of way, but we also have a great way of bringing small time or aspiring artists and giving them a forum where they can actually have a place to bring their stuff and actually be seen. Right,
and it's not just the artists. It's it's any type of performer, any type of nonprofit organization, anything worth learning a little bit more about. And that, people, places, and things.
Absolutely, because there are so many people, places, and things, and our world is much bigger than just this limited box that we live in. So it's good to broaden it, and that's what we'd like to do for you, is expand your knowledge. And we, of course, love that you can join us and get to know us and get to know our guests.
Yeah, and we learn along the way.
We do. We learned a lot.
Yeah.
Just in the last couple of months, we've had a lot of stuff going on. So it's been thrilling.
Yes. Well, who the heck is JC Alvarez?
Who the heck is JC Alvarez? That's very interesting to say because within the parameters of this show, I'm going to be one of your hosts, and hopefully you get to know me in that capacity because I certainly am really big into pop culture. I love things that are not so much trends, but how pop culture influences us as a culture and as a society, whether it be through entertainment, music, movies, plays, but also politics. I mean, all that stuff bleeds together, and it's really kind of interesting, especially right now we're in such a heated political environment, seeing how all these factors sort of contribute to us as a culture. So I tend to follow a lot of pop culture trends, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit about that through me, because it's kind of like what I excel in.
Yeah, and I know I can learn a lot about that from you as well. I mean, I have a good general knowledge, but I'm not into it as much as you are.
It's a little, you know what? The term fanboy used to freak a lot of people out, and you're looking at a fanboy. It's kind of like it was something that some people really shied away from, and kind of like I've embraced it. I'm very happy to be a fanboy. Absolutely, because it's nice to be passionate about something, and if that something is music or movies, whatever, but you can connect it and sort of see how it sort of has an impact on us on a broader range. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. But you know what? We both have production backgrounds,
right?
So we're really turned on and really heated by things that have to do from behind the scenes, which is something else that we like to dwell in as well. So we're a perfect fit for television.
Yeah, and and as you can see, we've got great chemistry.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nothing will explode here. Trust me. Nothing like that ever happens. I was really good in chemistry class, incidentally. Flunked out of physics, but hey, that's a whole different story. See, he's going there. So that's a little bit about us and a little bit about our show. And we're very excited that you join us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like as I began to say when you went off on your little tangent there.
Yes, as I do.
I mean, I love what you're bringing to the show, but I also, big deal for me is the community service aspect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love working with the nonprofits and helping the different groups and organizations, find their voice and the outreach to the different communities that watch the show, whether it be a health issue, whether it be a diversity issue, whether that's what really helping others find these things. Yeah. Makes me feel better about myself.
Well, and one of the things that we have learned during the course of doing this is that there's a lot of opportunities for volunteering, and being a part of these events and these functions that happen in the tri-state area, and certainly that they impact New York City and all the people of New York City. But it's just amazing because we really kind of like take things for granted that there are a lot of services out there and a lot of these nonprofit organizations work so hard, but everyone could be a part of a nonprofit organization and make a difference and and have an impact.
So I mean, if you could pick a type of service organization that would be probably closest to your heart, what type would it be?
Well, we recently interviewed representative from the AIDS Walk from GMHC, and I'm extremely passionate about any kind of service that has to go towards the community and certainly services people living with HIV/AIDS. I think that that's very important, and it's something that over the last couple of years, our administration has sort of like fallen on the wayside with. So I think it's dependent on us to sort of like take care of one another, and certainly it really we're all part of something bigger. So it's kind of like we all have to be involved in those kinds of things, and we do have events coming up year round that really service people living with HIV/AIDS in New York City and all over. So I think it's important to kind of like keep bringing the punch back because it's still very relevant, still very important.
I mean, even before you join the show, I would make sure to do at least 1 or 2 AIDS or HIV related shows every year, because people have as they say, a built-in forgetter.
Yeah.
Just because it's not front and center all the time doesn't mean it's gone away.
Right.
And I know there are plenty of things that I need to be reminded of, and again, it's all about sharing it. Also, I've done a lot of production work with the autism community and autism-related shows. In addition to this show, I also executive produce Spotlight Autism. Right. So, and that's been very, very rewarding on my part.
That's great. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, I think we all have to do a little bit of everything. I used to work with the local ASPCA and kill shelters in New York City, and that's how I came about adopting and rescuing my dog. And you learn so much about working with those facilities as far as like, how desperate the situation is with pets who are abandoned and really needing homes. So it's kind of like, there's so many things out there, and we certainly want to bring attention to those forums and bring them here so people know about them.
Okay, and you've talked about your dog a lot on the show, and
I do talk about my dog a lot.
We haven't met him yet, so we're gonna have to meet him.
We're gonna have to have Henry on sometime, but I imagine he'll pull focus, so we have to be very careful because he is quite a character. Okay, so it's kind of like
something to look forward to, and what types of things do you want to hit in the future?
Well, hopefully, I think we're on a great track. I think we've got a lot of things coming up that are really exciting. I'd hate to limit ourselves. I'd like to see us do anything that comes our way and tackle it, whether it be something really outrageous or something really important, because we have to run the gamut, because we do have a really broad audience that's going to want to see us do all kinds of things. Right,
and we're running out of YouTube time and IGTV time, which is IGTV are the folks who requested this segment. So I want to thank the folks at IG.TV.
Very good, thank you.
And I want to, thanks to you for watching.
Hey, absolutely.
And keep watching. And we'll be back.
We'll be back all the time.
Like it or not.
Like it or not.